welcome back to Crash Course with Krista and Ashby. Hello, hello.
Hi.
So we changed. We took about an hour-and-a-half break just sitting here chatting.
Oh man, I thought we were gonna be subtle, like, new day, new us. Yay.
I mean, it's been a week since they last saw us, so like,
yeah.
They need to know what we've been doing in the past week.
I insisted on changing out of the chunky sweater, which it is -0 degrees outside, which is a real temperature. Yeah. And I wore my chunkiest, most warm, authentic Irish sweater today that was not very camera cute.
No.
Turns out.
I thought it was cute. And especially because the sun comes in here, it really heats the apartment up. Yeah.
I wasn't like sweating, but it wasn't as cute as I wanted. I threw on a statement earring.
Really cute.
You're welcome.
The Nicola Bathy earrings. They're gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Gorge.
Just found them laying around the apartment. Throw them in. Thanks, girl.
So last time you guys saw us, we were talking about our favorite trashy TV shows. You were very lucky that it didn't really go 3 hours because we could have kept talking about it.
Or you were unlucky.
Right, because it went so long and you're like, what are you talking about?
We should have done a non-edited version and then let the people that really cared dive in.
When I edit it, I edit out the ums and the pauses. I don't edit out anything else.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. Unless it's like, we did something bad and we shouldn't have put that in there. But other than that, it's just like,
sometimes I try to ruin it by being like, cut this part out.
Yeah.
You have no choice but to.
But then I'll still be like, no. You even said that during the Oscars, you're like, you'll cut all this out. And I was like, no.
You know, when I said that during that one, I was like, I don't even know what I was talking about.
Because you didn't want to go through all the small, granular
But I was rewatching it. I was like, why did I say that?
Yeah.
And like,
because you don't like, so Ashley doesn't like it when these videos go long. But I'm telling her this is appointment viewing, so people like it for the longer videos. If they didn't,
I think it should be like 15 minutes long, but that's my personal opinion. And we do talk so much that it flies by, but I don't know. I'm giving the people what they want, frankly.
A video cast is the same thing as a podcast. There's just a video portion of it.
Fine.
And you love podcasts and you're sad when they're under an hour.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And these also,
I don't have a good judge of like our fan base currently. Right. So we'll have to see.
How about this? You thumbs up if you like
the first video, someone thumbs us down, and I have to assume it was a slip of the mouse.
Thumbs up if you like how long these videos are, and thumbs down if you want them shorter.
Why? No, don't encourage thumbs down.
Because I don't think people will thumbs them down. Okay. Now they're going to be like, do it despite me, but it should be interesting to see. Fine. Or you can just comment. Maybe that's easier.
I don't know.
Do whatever you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to continue our TV talk, and we're going to talk about our favorite TV shows of all time, and then 3 favorite recent ones that aren't like the best of all time, but ones we think you should watch and recommend. Yeah.
Yes, great call.
Okay.
This time you should start.
Okay, so
I'm starting at the top.
We're going to start at the top, and I think we're going to start, I know this is both on our list.
This is my number 1.
So, Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones!
Woo! Which is also the greatest of all time,
yes.
GOT.
Yeah.
My little backstory is I just finished watching it. I started in Christmas, and I actually watched it because, and this is going to get into the later, most recent episodes, I watched because of Bodyguard. Have you seen that on Netflix?
Yeah, with Richard Madden.
Yes, which is Rob Stark.
Yeah.
And so I thought he was so cute in Bodyguard. My sister was like, you'll love him in Game of Thrones.
God, yeah.
And that's why I started watching Game of Thrones.
This is so weird.
Yeah.
You also started Game of Thrones with no fanfare. Like, no, like, hey, world, I didn't do this for years, and now I am. Like, you got me. Like, I think the people that are holding out at this point have, like, a real true reason, and it would take so much for them to do it.
Yeah. No,
and
I
just like, I never did. No, I'm going to.
Yeah, I knew it was such a big commitment. And like a big commitment, and my sister actually is like a huge Game of Thrones fan. She's read all the books.
Who is it?
She's seen all the seasons a couple of times, and so she was basically like, she convinced me to do it. What she said is, she was like, I'll watch it with you, and anytime you want to pause and ask a question or you need to rewind, she's like, I will explain everything to you.
You need someone to guide you through.
Yes, so that's what we did, and I was like, okay, this is the most opportune time to do it. So we watched the first 2 seasons together, and then came home, and Andrew caught up with me and watched the rest. Yep. So I'm fully caught up.
You need a guide through the first 3 seasons, in my opinion.
Yes, yes.
And then you're on your own. You're good.
And I will admit, so like, I've never watched Game of Thrones, but you know the big stuff because I'm very much in with the pop culture.
You're in tune with what's necessary.
So I know everybody we love dies.
Yeah.
I know, so these are good spoilers. I know that Jon Snow died, but then I also knew he came back to life. And so it was
You're just diving in and telling, again, though, if you haven't seen it, like, this is not my problem that we're spoiling.
Right.
If you find out Jon Snow dies from the crash course, you got bigger problems.
Right. So I don't mind, like, talking about this. And that's the thing with other people, too, is I didn't mind like having things spoiled because it had been so far past.
Yeah.
I mean, the show started in like 2012, something crazy like that. So if you haven't seen it by now, then that's like not our fault. You haven't watched it.
No, and that's good you had that attitude that you weren't bitter towards other people. Like, oh, I heard the Red Wedding. Like, bummer. It's like, no, you should have watched with the rest of us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, like, Andrew was a little upset that I had, like, seen these, like, main events. And fun fact that relates to you is you actually showed me the duel between the mountain and the guy where he pops his head.
Oh, the grapes?
Yep.
I did?
Yes, you showed me at work. You showed me and Shoki. And so I'm like, you know, kind of waiting.
Oh, and that's a big spoiler.
Yeah, so I watched it with you, not knowing any idea who these people are.
That was like 4 years ago, too.
And so when I was watching it, I was sitting there and I was like, I've seen this. And I was like, oh my God, this is where his head explodes. And Andrew's like, you can't do that. Like, he was like so upset about it. He was like, because we watched that and you were just crushed inside. Crushed.
Because he was so close.
Yeah. And he was just gloating.
Oh, God. The show is just like next level. It's the greatest show. I think everyone agrees. I'm so excited for April.
Yes.
And I was like, for a while there, you just don't even know, like, you finished, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, you can see the end. Like, when you've been watching it for years, you're like, I never want this to end, but I'm almost coming to a point of like,
you're happy with it.
I'm okay. I can see the end. We've come this far, and like, I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah. And I'm like, because I binged it, we would watch maybe 2 a night. When Andrew and I were watching it, we'd watch like 5 on the weekend. Because I binged it, I got it every single day. So I would go from season 6 to season 7 within a couple minutes. And now the fact that I have to wait until April,
but you'll never know what it's like to wait the year and a half.
Andrew was like, I don't care that you're like upset you have to wait 2 months.
I know.
I had to wait 1.5 years.
Yeah.
And he was like, same thing with like these really big moments, like, you know, the Red Wedding would happen, and then like that was it. Like you had to wait another week.
Yeah.
And then you're like, because you didn't see it coming, but I had some inclination. The one thing that I never knew that really shook me was Stannis.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Stannis and his daughter. That really, really threw me. And I was angry.
Very, very
and I was upset. And
you know who else is Davos? Also angry and upset about that.
Yes.
You know, when he finds the little...
Yes. It was like, because obviously he needed to know that this happened. I love him, by the way.
Love him.
Love him. And what I thought was interesting is so many people say all your favorite characters die. Yes, there are some, like Ned Stark, loved him to this day. Yeah. But like the main people are all still there.
We are going to lose a lot of them
you think?
In this season by the end, yeah. And I'm trying to figure out, I don't know, like in my heart I think they'll keep Tyrion.
Yeah.
I don't think, like definitely Daenerys or Jon Snow, one of them.
Yeah.
Maybe a Sansa.
Yeah.
You gotta count on, we're just gonna start axing them all.
Right. So I was like,
I love Cersei. She's literally my favorite character and always has been, which just, I don't know what it says about me.
No, not good things. I think I told Andrew that and he was like, of course.
That's like when I watched like High School Musical, I loved Sharpay.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I just have a thing for the Regina Georges. a good blonde villain.
She sucks.
I know, but I think you gotta assume, maybe she'll survive. I don't know.
I don't think so. So I talked to my sister and she is like very up to date on like the fan theories. Would you like to know some?
I always read the fan theories in advance.
So she thinks that Jaime is going to kill her. So in the book, a
lot of people have said that.
In the book, it says the witch that predicted her future said that you will die at the hand of your brother. Yeah. And people always assume that it's Tyrion. That's why she hates him. That's why there's like this thing. But she thinks that Jaime is going to physically choke her, and that's why you'll die at the hand of your brother.
Yeah.
Another big theory that my sister told me about is that Bran is the Night King. Yes. Which is like
you're so far behind.
I had no
I've been
idea.
looking at the fan theories for seasons.
Yes. Another one.
I don't really even understand that one because Bran has just always been like confusing and like whatever.
But if she explained it, and whenever
like 4 seasons before you found out who Jon Snow was, people were like guessing it.
Yeah.
Like you can't get past people.
Right. So in his when he's three-eyed, when he's like warging or whatever it's called.
Yes.
And the Night King always sees him and touches him.
Yes.
And he thinks, because the guy in the tree once said, like, if you go for too long, you lose yourself. He thinks that is like foreshadowing the fact that he went for too long and he is Night King, and that's why the Night King always sees Bran, because he's like trying to get his attention, being like, don't do this, you're gonna turn into me, I am you, kind of thing. I don't know, it's like it's a lot. Another one is that Daenerys, I'm so
Please.
obsessed with all of this.
Yeah.
Daenerys is going to get pregnant, Jon Snow, and die during childbirth.
Sure.
Because the witch cursed her, saying he'll never have another child again. She's gonna die, and then Jon Snow is gonna take over.
Great.
As king.
We'll see. I don't know.
There's
I don't
so
even
much.
have like an opinion. Like I don't even have something I really want to happen.
Yeah.
I'm okay with all of it. I like.
Just like whatever you
I
need.
hope Bronn lasts. I love him. You know,
Bronn. Yeah.
You know who was a death I was really choked up about was it was a big episode. Tyrion's wife.
Yes.
Shay.
Yes.
I loved Shay.
Well, she was sleeping with a dad. So
I know, which
she
was
deserves to
pretty
die.
slutty of her.
Yeah.
But then when he kills him and she dies, but like that was so sad.
Yeah.
That whole like how it all transpired.
Yeah. Well, I was really, and you might have liked this, but when Cersei blew up everybody.
I was so mad about that because all these characters I had invested in, it was like all of this about Marjorie and then all of a sudden she's just dead. Like, bye High Sparrow, thrilled about that. But like Marjorie dying, I was just like,
and then
it was anticlimactic.
And then the son jumps out the window and kills himself.
Which was awesome. I was like,
it was such a quick thing, and I had seen that gif before, and when he was in there, I was like, oh my god, he's about to commit suicide.
It was just like one thing after another that you were just like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Just take him off.
And then he just jumps out, and they just keep moving on with the episode, don't really address it, and I was like,
yeah.
He just jumped out, and Cersei wasn't even like, she's like, oh, just burn him and throw him with the rest of them. Insane. But you know who I really loved is Tywin Lannister, the dad.
Yeah.
Because, so I loved him. Listen, because he
You're mad at me for liking Cersei?
Because he was so true to himself that he never deviated. It was always, this is exactly who I am. I'm not like bullshitting with you. I'm not
as evil.
Not as he was not as evil as Cersei is. Cersei is like, I want you to be in pain evil. Yeah. He was like, I'm doing this for the betterment of my family. I'm doing this because we're at war. He was he was like a good leader in that sense. But he was always just
wasn't like sadistic necessarily.
Yeah, not manipulative. He was always 100% true. What he said to your face is how he felt. He didn't try and like politic behind your back. Like, I liked his character because it was unrelenting him.
I hear you. That's a really good analysis.
And the two that I really loved,
you're so fresh. I'm trying to like remember everything.
That's the one thing I really like. Andrew's like, well, what happened here? It's like, well, let me tell you.
Yeah, this is great.
The redheaded guy, the wildling. And his obsession with Brienne.
They're both still alive, right?
Yeah.
Love
them. He's always like just so excited to see her, and she's like, what are you doing?
Everyone ships them. It's so cute.
I'm obsessed with them. And so they just recently went north of the wall, and they went with the Hound.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, you know Brienne? And he's like, yeah, she's like the worst, or he said obviously like the C word and all this stuff. And he's like, oh, so you do know her. And I was like, I died.
It's so cute.
Yeah. So cute.
So true. You know who else is definitely going to die as a sacrifice is the guy with grayscale.
Yeah. Jorah.
Jorah's definitely killed.
I love Jorah.
He's sacrificing himself for the greater good, no question.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of who is he going to do it for.
Yeah. I'm interested in Samuel Tarly's.
I have something to say that's really gross.
Okay.
Ooh, I don't even think I want to put this out here. I'm just like one of those people that like loves popping zits. And when they were peeling that grayscale,
you were like,
I was
about
like,
it.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Like people, like because I could see it as like it's fake.
Yeah.
And I wasn't looking at it. I was like, this is it. I'm loving it.
Back to last week.
You got that out of you.
Did you not watch? Did you not? I was surprised that Dr. Pimple Popper was not on your trashy list.
It's not. But I definitely watch it.
It's disgusting.
I don't need like a big lipoma situation.
I love.
Yeah, and I can watch it all without flinching. Like, I love it. But I'm just like a true blackhead. Like a little baby, like, boop, on someone's nice face. Like, I don't need a tumor that we're just, like, slicing in and, like, pulling out. Or, like, the growth.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I'm not into that.
Disgusting. Little balls popping out of their armpits. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I hate
but
it.
she's doing the Lord's work.
Sure. Sure. Andrew's convinced, back to Game of Thrones, that, that Tyrion made a deal with Cersei.
Okay.
And is like going to kill like Daenerys, or he's gonna do something bad because he's always been in like because she came back to the table.
Again, you're getting really into it, but I think you gotta just watch and see. I think we're getting too into.
I'm so excited. I'm not excited for we have to watch it, I have to wait a week.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
That's not been my Game of Thrones.
I know. You know, it's also such a crazy phenomenon. When you're watching the season, you're like, I don't know what life is like without watching the season. And like right now, I'm like, I haven't seen it in 2 years. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But once it starts, I'm gonna be like, how do I survive? And when it's gonna be over, it's gonna be this like gut wrenching. Like, I'm gonna forget this norm.
Yeah.
Of it being fine.
Yeah, my life being without.
That's how I feel when football season's over. You're like, what is life without football? And then by like July, you're like, how come it's coming back? What the heck?
Oh, what is even is it?
Yeah, and then you're like, I'm not in the mood. And then it starts up and you're like, football season.
The best.
Yeah.
So the episodes are going to be like an hour and a half long.
I think they're like feature films.
Yes, which I'm so here for. I feel like they're never... I love this about HBO and Netflix. It's like, I just don't want to deal with commercials. We're in a time that no commercials.
No.
So, like, more power to HBO. The fact that they have so much money that they're like, we don't need you. We don't need you advertisers.
100%.
It's the best.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a Game of Thrones. I need, like, water after that. Like, it was good.
I don't think anything else requires that much in-depth analysis.
Yeah.
My second favorite show of all time is Breaking Bad.
Okay, yes.
I barely could even do a full recap of it because I watched it so many years ago.
Yes.
But
did you watch it live?
I did not.
You watched it on Netflix?
No, my parents did. They loved it. I don't even think it was Netflix back in the day. I don't remember.
Okay.
But I watched it and I was so into it and it was so intense. And like Mike, who's like on Better Call Saul now.
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay. He was like my backbone, my blood, like everything I loved in the world was Mike. Like he was my like rock in the world.
Yeah.
And when he died, can I spoil it? We're spoiling it. I feel bad.
Breaking Bad is so much older.
Yeah. So when he died, it was like very far at the end, and I called my parents on like a Sunday night at like 10, and I was hysterically crying so hard that I couldn't breathe, and they thought something obviously was wrong, and I was like, Mike is dead, like freaking out. And then the rest of the season, like everyone else died, and I was like, I was a shell of myself. I don't even care. I was just numb to it. I was like, whatever. Yeah. Hank, bye.
Everybody.
Like, yeah. Because it was all I cared about was Mike.
Yes. So I didn't watch it real time either. I watched it, I think like my second or third year in New York, and I binged it on Netflix. And it was so good. It's a show that I forget about, but like during the time I'm like, it's like how I think about Game of Thrones. Smart. It was the best show I've ever seen. It was so good. Yeah. But like now, like comparing that to Game of Thrones, I like don't even remember Breaking Bad coming like close to it.
Yeah, but and I hear you because when I watched it, I was like, this is the best show. Yeah, and since then, like,
there's been so many good shows.
Yeah, I don't even know how.
So hard.
I just am trying to respect when I watched it and when it was on. Like, it was just so brilliant and
so good.
That was one, like I said, that the writers were like, we're gonna do 5 seasons and we're gonna stay true to it instead of dragging it out because that 100%. Was on like prime, like network television as well.
Yeah,
and they did such a beautiful job.
It was so good. It really is a great series.
Yeah.
And like so much goes wrong. And usually when so much is going wrong, I'm like tuned out to it because I'm like, everything's going wrong. It's so like annoying. But this one I was just like here for. I loved it.
Yeah.
Do you think he died at the end?
Definitely.
Okay. I don't think he did.
Yeah. All right.
So that's like the big thing.
Oh.
My next show is The West Wing. If we're talking about greatest of all time, I remember my mom watching it, you know, when it was live on air and me being so young that I wasn't really even paying attention to it. But I rewatched it right around the time I was watching Breaking Bad, and I've rewatched it again since.
Okay.
There's a caveat to that.
How many seasons?
There's 7 or 8.
And how many episodes in a season?
Like 15.
And how long are the episodes?
30 minutes.
30, not
hours. An hour, maybe.
What's a huge difference?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a hearty binge.
Okay.
But I don't go past season 4.
Ever?
I have once.
Okay. But when you go back, you just don't go back. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that doesn't make sense.
So The West Wing is one of the greatest shows.
I've never seen a minute of it.
It is
I don't even know what it's about.
It's political.
Yeah.
So it's about the president. And it's back, obviously, in like the 90s maybe, early 2000s, and it, you know, follows along the presidency. What's so interesting is that it's so relevant even to this day. Like, the same stuff we're going through, the same stuff, I haven't watched it in the Trump era, but like, it's just like the same overall.
So there's a president, like, okay.
It's just.
People love it. I'm not, it's just weird that I just never.
Yeah. You should watch it.
Maybe.
It's a hearty binge, but so after season 4, Aaron Sorkin, which is the original writer of the show, said, you know, this is as far as I plan for it to go. I don't want to continue writing more. And so he left. They brought in a new writer for
They're like, we don't need you.
For the new president because it was such a popular series at the time that they didn't want to stop it. So when Aaron Sorkin left, the president left and a new president came in, and Aaron Sorkin is one of my very favorite writers of all time.
Did you watch The Newsroom?
Yes.
That was great.
Yes. Yeah. Which is another sad thing that they didn't continue that.
Yeah.
I loved that.
Yeah.
So it was, after he left, it just wasn't the same witty banter.
Oh, it's funny?
Oh, it's so funny. Oh. Not like Parks and Rec funny, but like,
it's like
funny. It's like, I don't know how to, like Breaking Bad had like funny moments. It's funnier than that.
Yeah.
But it's just like Allison Janney's in it.
I love her.
Yes, and she's like, she's great.
Yep.
Charlie Sheen's dad's in it. What's his name? Michael Sheen.
Martin Short.
Martin Short? Somebody. I really haven't watched it in so long. I'm like upset with myself that I don't know these names. But it's great. It's so good, and it's just one of those best of all time shows.
I totally hear you.
You should watch it. It's a good, you know, wintertime binge.
Yeah.
If you're in the mood. Which there's so many shows now, it's hard to pick, but it's good.
Wow, that's nice.
Next.
Mine is Sex and the City.
You
know, and I guess in theory should be in like the trashy.
No, it's not trashy.
It just was iconic, and I love it so much.
That's such a good pick.
I grew up with my mom watching it. I remember on Sundays, and I was too young.
Yes.
And then I ended up binging it all in college because my college roommate, love her. She also was the one that matched me with my fiance, so she's bringing a lot of value in my life, actually. Jackie.
Oh yes.
Which I don't know if she wants a shout out, but hey girl.
She be upset.
Right. You're right, she is. She'll get her day sometime. Jackie brought like a leather, like a velvet bound, like full DVD cassette set to college with us, and was like, my mom gave me this, and I was like, oh my god, it has the word sex in it, like I'm not even allowed to watch it.
Right.
And she plugged that baby in like season 1, ep 1, and we watched the whole thing until the last one, American in Paris, and she had fallen asleep, and I was up watching like inconsolable. I was crying so hard, and I've watched it every time. I've seen it a million times.
That is such a, I didn't even think about that. That really is one of the great series.
Yeah.
So I remember watching it. So I never had like
And our lives are Sex and the City, in case anyone's wondering. We just live these like glamorous New York City lives for rent-controlled apartments.
That is like the biggest lie I would say in television is like the Sex and the City, the whole entire thing. Everything about it is a ginormous lie.
I agree, but I have moments where I feel like, oh, this is like, first of all, Cosmopolitans are my #1 favorite drink. Fun fact.
Because of Sex and the City.
I don't know if it is, but every time I ordered in New York, I feel like, oh, she's just doing it because she's like visiting and she's ordering it. And I one time went to a dive bar in the West Village and I was like, sorry, this is so embarrassing, but like, can you make me a Cosmo? And I was like, I feel like such a poser or whatever, and I ordered them, and he was like, don't worry, I made one of these for Sarah Jessica Parker once when she came in, and I was like,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so
I
don't want to say I got it from there, but like maybe over the years, but it's Jackie and my like signature cocktail together.
I like that.
Yeah.
So we never had like premium cable going up, so I didn't have HBO when it was going on. So I started watching Sex and the City here and there on E.
Yeah. That's later, yeah.
Which is totally different than the original Sex and the City.
Completely. So many things are cut out. And you need to watch it chronologically to really get it.
Right. And you have no idea how much is cut out. So in college, my parents got HBO finally, and I was like, bless up, let's go. Yeah. So I binged the entire Sex and the City. College was like the best. I just gotta rewind to say that. Miss those glory days.
Seriously.
Don't ever leave. And so I binged it, and like Charlotte is like kind of a little like crazy girl in bed, and I was like, not compared to like Samantha or anything.
Do you think you're a Charlotte? Is that what you're saying?
No. But like compared to the E version of her and then the HBO version, I was like,
oh, totally. Good point.
It was insane. So good. I remember watching that being like, whoa.
I love
like they put so much into
I didn't realize Sarah Jessica Parker's the only one that doesn't show her boobs the whole time.
Yeah, she like never goes nude. Yes, it's insane. So it was so good.
And I loved the first movie. It was everything I wanted out of it. As a true fan, I could not have been happier. It was chic. It was well done. It carried all the storylines. Yeah. Did I need a second movie? Sure.
Yeah. Like, I'll take it.
I'll take it because it's fun. Yeah. But like, did I need it? No. And like, I'm hearing talks of a third, and I'm like, that's enough.
We've closed the book.
We have.
Yeah.
The ship has sailed.
Yeah.
I don't need more. But I always want more and need more, but I think I need it to just like, I need to be true to the franchise.
Like, just like we were talking about with the shows, it's like, you gotta plan it and then just cut it off.
That's enough.
Don't come back. Don't try and like relive the glory days.
Yeah.
Are you a Samantha?
I don't know. None of that. I'm a little bit of everyone. All rolled into one.
I'm a bitch. I'm a love.
Okay, wait. Let's talk about our favorite, like, other miscellaneous shows that need to be mentioned. Honorable mentions. On right now.
I had a third. I didn't go over my third.
You didn't go over your third.
I didn't.
Go right ahead. I'm sorry.
It's pretty like.
Is it Sex and the City?
No, it's Friends.
Oh my god, I want to throw The Office on here too, but that's great. Friends is just like Sex and the City. That's great.
Friends.
Another one I've never seen. Like, I've seen like maybe one. I can watch it out of context, but no. And I'll tell you why I won't. Laugh Track. I can't. I can't.
Was like in the 90s.
I can't and I shan't.
Thing.
I know. And
it's on Netflix only for this next year, so you can watch it.
I know, but I would have watched it all the way through because that's the kind of thing. It's easy. It's half hour. I would have totally followed the storylines, but like I can't even get through a laugh track. Like one episode kills me.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, and all I hear is the laugh track.
Right.
But go on. Tell me how much you love it.
My mom had always watched Friends, and that was like, okay, it's 7 o'clock, you know, on Monday, like, we're going to go.
I did watch the finale on that Thursday when it aired live.
Thursday.
Everyone turned, like, in the whole world, and I was like, I watched? Cool.
So, like, I always remember growing up, like, that was, like, the show. It was that and Dawson's Creek that, as, like, our family, we would sit down and watch together. So, I rewatched it as, like, an adult, and obviously there's, like, reruns all the time on TV. But I remember watching the last 4 seasons live and just loving it, and you appreciate it more as you're an adult because you actually get some of the jokes. I've lived a life since then, but it's a classic. It's so good. Yes. Rachel Green is like forever one of my idols.
Yes.
I love everything about her. Even like the beginning, like very first seasons, her outfits, I'm like, yes. Yeah. I've heard everything.
People say that like Rachel's the worst and like Carrie Bradshaw's the worst, and like if you go back and watch, you're like, I hate them, and I could not. I absolutely no.
I could never.
No. I love Rachel. Of course she's my favorite.
Yeah. But like those, I feel like that also falls into like the honorable mentions of like Parks and Rec, The Office, like stuff like that. It's just so good, like wholesome. I really want to actually start getting into Seinfeld. I only see reruns here and there.
Laugh Track.
Yes.
For that reason,
out.
I'm out.
I'll watch it for you.
Go ahead.
But Andrew's like obsessed with it and quotes it. Guys quote it all the time. And so I just need to understand what's going on.
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
But yeah, that could be worth it.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go back and watch The Sopranos.
Yes.
Because I remember my parents watching that, and
Andrew says once we finish Game of Thrones, we have to go on The Sopranos.
I hear great things.
Yeah, it's supposed to be amazing. Another one that I've watched, I vividly remember watching the pilot episode in real life in Arizona with my sister, Grey's Anatomy, and I have not missed an episode since.
You haven't?
Nope. I still recorded it.
I went on a hot take in the middle of college and watched it for like 3 seasons, and then everyone was dying, and I was like, for that reason,
yes,
I'm out.
It really, really gets difficult because there's 3 or 4 good seasons.
They do everything they can to make you want to stop.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 good seasons, great seasons, and then they kill off Derek, and they kill off Lexi, and they kill off Sloane, and then like this person leaves, and Christina leaves, and you're just like, what are you doing to the show?
Shonda.
Yes. I was like, get it together. So there was, after that, there was like a period of maybe 2 to 3 seasons where you're just watching it because it's like you've been a loyal writer.
At this point, anyone that's still watching it is like, I'm doing it for the principle.
Yeah.
I am loyal, and I'm doing it just to do it.
So I have been watching that since the pilot episode.
Proud of you.
So I feel like I can't let it go.
No, you can't now.
Yeah.
That's really a fun fact about you.
Okay, quick little battery change, and now we are going to move on to our top 3 most recent watches. Not super recent, but within the past year.
Just notable mentions.
Yeah, of like things we think you need to be watching.
Yes, because we are the experts.
Yeah.
Number 1, watch Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
I have not watched that show.
And The West Wing.
No, so
What?
So, okay, there are so many people who are obsessed with it. Everybody's obsessed with it. But I like don't want to watch it, and this is the dumbest thing ever, because the font of the title. I hate it. That is like
it's hard for me to even like address that comment, and like it's so ridiculous.
You know how like everybody, you're gonna love this. You know how everybody loves Roma and just doesn't have a bad thing to say about it, and then
I can't even talk about that.
And then you watch it and you're like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Guys, both of us watched Roma. I'm gonna say it out really quick. We wanted to love it, and I appreciate the work and the efforts of everyone. I could not have hated it more. Not only did I have to read subtitles and it was in black and white, but I personally don't feel that there was any acting happening whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I tried to find someone on the internet that agreed with me, and every single person thought that it changed the course of their lives, like next level. Every review was absolutely stellar. So I missed something.
Same.
Clearly.
I must have missed something too. Andrew, the same thing. We watched it. We literally ended it. We were watching on the plane back from Atlanta. We looked at each other. We're like,
I feel like I'm being punked.
Oh. So that's how I feel about Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. I feel like everybody's obsessed with it, and I'm gonna watch it.
You just compared Marvelous Mrs. Maisel to Roma.
And I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna be like, this sucks.
It couldn't be cuter. We're gonna watch the first episode after this.
Also, I get told all the time that I look like her.
Yeah, she's on your list of people. It's New York. It's cute. We're gonna watch the first episode after this, just for funsies. It couldn't be cuter, and everyone who watches agrees.
Okay.
Okay, number 2.
My recent one, and this is kind of going off an Amazon show, is Jack Ryan. You haven't seen it yet, right?
No, is that John Krasinski?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if you guys love John Krasinski, which we do, you will love him even more. He is so beautiful.
Isn't Jack Ryan a book?
Yeah. So this is
or is that Jack Reacher?
No, Jack Ryan's a book. It's based off the Tom Clancy book, Jack Ryan. And this show has been made a couple times.
Okay.
But they remade it with John Krasinski, and it's on Amazon Prime. It's good because
I'm not like obsessed with action stuff, and it's like an action movie. You know, like
yeah. Like, do you like any
like,
FBI, CIA?
No.
Okay.
No,
okay,
at all.
Like
and I like
but maybe
cutie girls in New York City flouncing around, a la Sex and City and Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
Okay.
So
maybe you won't like it.
I might try it. But
it's good.
I'm really booked up with Siesta Key and 90 Day Fiancé. Actually, that just ended, so.
I'm kind of free now.
I have like 5 shows that I'm booked up with. One of them being True Detective.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So,
first season,
Mahershala Ali, who we love.
Doing the most.
Yeah.
Just fantastic. And so the first season was awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone loved
creepy.
it. It was super creepy. It was a little confusing, but like it got through everyone got through it, and we were like, we loved it. Second season comes out.
The absolute worst.
The worst. Did you watch the first and second?
Yes.
Yes.
And I watched it because I'm loyal. I'm a loyal TV watcher. If I start something and the next season comes out, I'm gonna watch it.
That's nice of you.
Yes.
It was awful. Lost everyone. So they took a long time to be like, all right, everyone hated that. Let's do this right. And that's why I'm like, I'll give season 3 a chance.
Yeah.
Because you know you messed up. And they've made it, it's just like a classic detective whodunit.
Okay.
And it's like, it's easy to follow.
Is it flashback, flash forward?
Yes, but not confusing because he's like either young, middle-aged, or old.
Okay.
And you're like, I know where we are, and I can't wait to find out what happens. And it's easy, and I'm like not recapping like freaking Westworld. Like, what happened this whole episode?
Yes, Westworld.
Yeah,
what a throwback.
Could not. Every episode I watch of Westworld, I would have to read a recap and be like, oh, I didn't catch any of that.
Yeah.
But True Detective, I'm like, yeah,
so good.
I got
HBO just has amazing shows. This isn't on my top 3 recent ones because it's not super recent. It hasn't been back in 2 years, but Veep with Julia Louise-Dreyfus.
Yeah.
So funny, absolutely.
Are you still watching, or is it
yes?
done?
So it's one last season.
Yeah.
So she has breast cancer, and they took a break.
Right.
And also in the show, that she's no longer Veep, which is kind of like, well.
I watched the first like 3 seasons, and I ended up not sticking with it.
So it just gets funnier. Tony Hill is like amazing.
He's so
Jonah.
I remember one time she won the Golden Globe or something, and he
came up behind her and like was whispering. It's just that cast gets along so good. They're hilarious together. It's amazing. That's not one of my shows, but just an honorable mention.
No, it needs to be said.
Yeah,
totally.
Great. If you're watching HBO, you should just watch it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Bodyguard, which I kind of mentioned when we were talking about Game of Thrones.
Also an action movie. Action show.
Which you don't like.
Not really, but I wanted to tip my toe in it, and I was like, I don't know.
It was good. I liked it because it's 8 episodes and you're done.
Oh, then I can probably commit to that.
Oh, you haven't finished?
I never watched it. Because I was like,
It's an hour episode.
I could do 8.
And I think there's 5 to 8.
Great.
And then it's completely over.
And it's Netflix.
Yeah.
Speaking of Netflix, I just finished You.
Yes. So I'm in halfway through. I am basically when he's like really turning into a major creeper.
You know, and it took me a long time. The whole time I'm like, he's not so bad.
Yeah.
So he's killing some people. He's not so bad.
Right, because he has redeeming qualities.
Yes, he's like cute, and you like feel like it comes from a good place. Like, I was such an apologist for him. Like, I was like, he can do no wrong.
Yeah. And then he gets really creepy.
Yeah, we'll see.
You can't spoil it.
We'll see what happens. But it was awesome, and it was such an extension of Dan Humphrey from Gossip Girl. Like, even he's like Penn Badgley's invented it. Like, this is exactly what happens to Dan Humphrey later.
100%. And he's just like obsessed with blondes that look like Serena. Yeah, it's a real issue. The issues I have with the show is this girl Beck is just an idiot.
I just hated the name Peach.
Yeah.
And they apparently put her name Peach because they wanted to be super annoying, and I was like, mission accomplished.
Yeah. But I love how she plays the character.
Yeah.
I love that character
I
in itself.
I know, she doesn't bother me.
Beck annoys
Besides
me
her lack
because-
of curtains.
Right, she annoys me because she's just so dumb.
No window treatments.
Oh. If somebody, like, especially as a woman living in New York, if somebody is, like, standing too close to you or, like, following you, I always am looking around being like, who's there, what's going on?
I feel like I'm offending people on the street because I'm constantly, like, doing wide circles around them and, like, looking over my shoulder and, like, looking suspicious, and people are probably like, screw you, girl. Like,
I'm not
get over yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, keep you safe.
Right. Because if somebody's walking too close to me, what I'll do is I'll physically stop.
Sure.
I will move off the side of the sidewalk, I will let people pass by, and then I will continue walking. Like,
not back.
No. She's just dumb. So I'm, like, annoyed with her right now, and he's starting to, like, really turn into a creeper, and I'm not excited about it.
I know. I'm excited for you to finish.
Yeah. And then my third and final one, and I just need to put this out there to everybody, because this is, like, one of the most underrated TV shows on Netflix. And it's called Money Heist. But the original name for the show is called La Casa de Papel. It is a Spanish drama, and they, like you, picked it up from another network, brought it in, and they're going to make a second season. So you originally aired on Lifetime.
You're not talking about me, Ashby. You're talking about
the
show.
Yes.
I was like, what did I do?
You originally aired on Lifetime. They brought it to Netflix, and Netflix is making a second season.
Yep.
This is the same thing. They brought it from a Spanish TV
network.
Okay. And they're making a second season. But it is so good. It's 2 seasons. The first season is like 13 episodes. The next one's like 6.
Wow.
And they're like an hour long. And yes, the whole thing is in Spanish, but there are subtitles. But there's subtitles that are really easy to follow along and not difficult. You do need paying attention. You can't be on your phone.
Okay.
But what it is have you ever seen Inside Man?
I'm obsessed. My, like, #1 favorite movie, not really, but up there, is Ocean's 11.
Okay.
Italian Job. Yeah. Inside Man. Like, Ocean's 8.
Then
like,
you would be...
I love a well-done heist.
Then Ashby?
Yeah. I'm going to do it. Because you're totally convincing me.
Show.
I'm not going to watch West Wing, I'll be honest with you.
That's fine.
But I'm going to watch this. Because you are giving it such a good review.
It's like Ocean's 11 meets Inside Man.
And I'm going to follow it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just can't be on your phone.
Fine.
So you have to pay attention.
Sure.
And the actors are seriously so good that you are like, it's not like Roma where you're watching it and the people on the screen don't mean anything. They are like exuding, they're living this life, and you are like cheering for the bad guys.
Does Andrew agree?
Yes.
Okay.
The only thing he did not like was the ending.
That's kind of an important part, but
I
okay.
love the ending.
Oh, okay.
So
wow. I'm gonna look into it.
I need everybody in this world to watch it. I need it to be popular. It is the most popular Spanish show. The most popular Spanish show on Netflix, but it just isn't as popular as like English because whatnot.
Sure.
It is so good.
Wild.
So just a quick synopsis is that they get a group of people together for a heist, and they are in Spain, and they are robbing the mint of Spain, which is where they make money.
Okay.
And
that's what a mint is.
People don't, when I say the mint of Spain, they're like, what is that? Is it a bank? It's not a bank, it's where they're physically making money. And the thing with
Are they taking the money hot off the presses?
They're printing money. So they're not stealing from anybody.
They're just printing their own.
Yeah. So they consider themselves, you know, like bank robbers of the people. And like a lot of bank robbers go in and they, you know, they plan it within a week and then they do it and they mess up. These people plan it for 6 months in advance.
Oh, did you ever see Prison Break?
One of my friends told me to watch that after.
Yeah.
And it's like you plan
it. It's way too off, but just the beginning you'll love because it's like he planned it. That's why I like these shows. Right. When they like,
it's
everything,
smart.
All the bases are covered and thought of.
Yes. So like the very beginning, you know, they go in and they have everything planned and they have the mask and they're putting together, like just like with Inside Man, they take the hostages and they dress them up as the people. And so it's very, it's so good. So good.
Okay.
You'd have to watch it.
Everybody's
need to watch it. Money Heist, it will play for you with a
subtitle?
Not subtitle, but it'll play for you as like an English speaker.
Oh,
it'll be dubbed over.
Dubbed. No.
So we watched like the first 30 seconds. We're like, this is horrible. You need to watch it with subtitles. You need to change the settings on it. Say Spanish and then subtitles in English.
Great.
Money Heist on Netflix. Okay. It's so good. Everybody needs to watch it. And that's where we're going to end for today.
Perfect.
This was so fun.
So fun.
This is like a really energetic conversation. We were worried for a second there.
Right.
That, because we thought, so the camera must have just shut off right after our talk about Grays. And we thought that none of it was recording at all.
My heart, I was like, I can't give you this energy again. I'm gonna have to come back for real with a different shirt and do this again because I can't do this again.
Because that's why I always I'm like, don't talk about it now. We gotta wait.
You're right.
It's so
the reactions are good.
Yeah.
It was fun when I was like Sex and City. You were like,
yeah, I totally forgot. Oh wait, you need to talk about Handmaid's Tale.
I can't talk about Handmaid's Tale right now because it physically will pain me, but it's incredible.
Yes.
And it's so fucked up. And every hour is like, I physically am in pain when I watch it for an hour. Like, I am so tense. I'm not breathing. I'm sweating.
You're angry.
I'm angry. I just saw her at the SAG Awards, and I was like, I forgot that bitch, what she did at the end of last season. I forgot. And I am
so mad at her.
I just forgot I was mad, and now I'm mad again.
Yes.
Yep.
She could have.
I know.
Oh. She's like
I forgot about that, and then I just saw, I remembered it, and was like, oh my god.
I hate everything. I hate that show, but it is so good.
Yep. That's all there is to say. Yeah. I hate it.
I hate it. You made me start watching it because you're like, it's insane.
It's the worst. It's the worst show on television.
It's the worst.
But the best. Everyone watch it.
It's really, really confusing.
Oh my god, I hope you guys like TV like we do, because we just covered like 2 full hours of...
Can you imagine meeting somebody like our age and being like, I don't watch any TV,
so I showed,
no Netflix, no Hulu?
I showed an apartment recently that has a living room and kitchen sort of combined, and so it's hard to fit a TV. You have to be creative. And the guys living there were like, we don't watch TV, we didn't put a TV up. And I was like, okay, but everyone watches TV, so I don't know what to tell you, and like, how am I gonna rent this apartment if you're telling me you didn't put a TV up? Because I can't show people how to do it.
Right. They watch on their computer. A lot of millennials, especially, all on their computer, because you can get everything. But can you imagine meeting somebody and like they don't have Netflix, Hulu, or HBO? What? Like what?
Red flag.
Yeah. So everybody, I assume everybody who's going to watch it is going to be watching.
Hopefully helped you.
And we went over so many genres of trashy.
Something for everyone.
Yeah, something for everybody. So like, there's going to be somebody, if you didn't watch 80% of the shows, you're going to see those two and be like, I love Sex and the City.
Right.
Game of Thrones, great.
Westworld.
Right. Well, you guys need an HBO subscription or else.
Right. Find someone with it if you don't want to pay for it.
Right.
Who pays for it? Like, no one.
It's my parents.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
All right.
Okay, well,
that's everything for us.
Okay.
See you guys next week.